Hello my beautiful creatures and happy December. I cannot believe the 2019 is already gone, but it has been a good one. I am so excited for it to be December because I can decorate. I have already decked my halls and I am just ready to get holly and jolly this season. I'm so excited because I will be going back home for Christmas this year. I love spending the holidays with my family. I don't always get to do it, so I will definitely cherish the time I have with them later on this month. But today we will be reviewing the Kathleen Lights and Colourpop collaboration, the So Jaded eyeshadow palette. And girl, it's the for a tutorial on this eye look and a review on this palette. Keep on watching. So like most palette reviews, I'm going to open this up first and do some swatches for y'all, and then I will jump into the eye tutorial. I don't know why, but I feel kind of weird jumping into an eyeshadow palette review without doing swatches. I don't know. Here is the So Jaded palette. Oh my gosh. I'm telling y'all, I have never vibed so hard with an eyeshadow palette than this one. Whenever I first saw it on Instagram, I was like, bitch, that is me. This is mine. I am getting this. And sure enough, I got this for my birthday. My husband noticed how freaking excited I was about this palette launch. And what's just so amazing about all of it is that whenever he initially looked to go buy the palette for me on my birthday, they were sold out. This man signed up for the email notification list for when this came back in stock. So just, oh, God bless them. This is so freaking gorgeous. There are so many colors. So honestly, what I'll probably do is just swatch these really quickly and then hop back on, because if I sit here and go over every name and how every single one feels, we're gonna be here for an hour. If you want, you can hop online to see all of the shade names. What's great about this is they actually have the shade names on the pan of the palette, which isn't always the norm, and it has it on the back. All the names are like gemstone or birthstone related. So we have, you know, diamond, rose quartz, pearl, topaz, tiger eye, opal. I love the theme, I love the color story, and I'm gonna stop rambling and start swatching these for y'all. My forearms have ever looked this yummy. I'm horrible at swatches, I'm sorry guys, but just the amount of looks you can create with this one palette is bananas. I'm telling y'all, I have never connected with an eyeshadow palette like on a spiritual level as much as I love this one. Oh, this is just freaking amazing. Even though I'm horrible at swatching, pretty much everything went on beautifully. The mattes are great. This, you know, everything feels like butter. There are two pressed glitters in here, but there honestly wasn't a single shade that I dipped in, I swatched, and I was like, that kind of sucks. As always, good swatches don't necessarily mean a good eyeshadow. We will be testing this on my eyes today. I'm gonna go clean off my arms before I ruin this sweater, and I'll be right back. All right, I have zoomed y'all in real close, way too close for comfort, and we are going to start playing. I am going to prime my eyes and hopefully not take off my foundation. I did go ahead and do the rest of my face first, which normally I almost always do my eyeshadow and then I do the rest of my face, but I like to do the opposite of what I normally do every now and then, just to shake things up and remind myself why I do things a certain way, because it happens with everything in life. You'll start doing something and get into the habit of doing it, and then after a while you forget why you started doing it in the first place, you know? And plus, makeup tastes change, so every now and then I'll change a technique or swap out a product or do something just to kind of keep myself on my toes and make sure that my habits are good habits, because sometimes they're not. Eyes are primed with the Urban Decay Naked Primer Potion. I am going to go ahead and set my eyelid, and I'm going to dip into the lightest shade, My Precious, and just lightly fluff that out all over the lid to set everything. I don't want to say that this has too many options, but I am almost overwhelmed with just the sheer potential that this palette has, just the number of colors. And normally I would go for like the burgundies and the just neutral tones, but I want to challenge myself today, so I think I'm gonna try to dip into the blues and the purples. It'll probably come out looking like a mess because that's just not my normal thing to do, but I want to play today. So I'm going to dip into Rose Quartz with a very fluffy blending brush. I'm gonna start by putting that pretty high up in the crease. That is a little more pigmented than I anticipated. I was expecting that to be a lot lighter. That's okay though, it's still a good base color. And now with a fluffy tapered blending brush, I'm going to dip into Cornelian, I think that's how you say that. And that is coming off very pigmented, so I'm going to really tap off the excess. I don't want to start off too bold with this orange. So with a light hand, or at least the lightest I can manage because I'm so heavy-handed, I'm going to start putting that in my crease. Ooh, that is pigmented, and I am trying my hardest to not press too hard on that. Trying to be super careful with these very colored pigments, and I'm trying to be careful because typically whenever I said, do my eyeshadow, I do my eyeshadow first. That way all of the fallout, all of the mess, I can just wipe it off with a makeup wipe and go on with my day. So I've got to be really careful to minimize the amount of fallout that I get. But honestly, I'm not getting much. That blended out pretty darn easily. With a smaller fluffy blending brush, I'm going to dip into, I think, Garnet right here. And yes, I know it looks like I'm dipping into mostly neutral colors, but give me a minute, I'm trying to create my base. So I'm going to keep that even lower, and I'm going to gently put that in the crease. That was the perfect amount of burgundy that I was looking for. There is a good bit of kickback, but honestly nothing that makes me want to clutch my pearls or anything like that. It's not the messiest palette I've ever seen, and honestly with these pigments I was expecting some fallout. So now with a really small brush, I'm going to dip into Stoned. Now I'm going to place that really low on my crease just to deepen up the outside edge a tad. These mattes are blending out so easily. So honestly, at this point, if you want to go with a normal look, you can tap any of these shimmers on your lid and be good to go. It would be a normal neutral look. But your girl's gonna play with some color today. So I'm going to take a dense packing brush and dip into Sapphire all the way down here. Tap off the excess. I'm going to start packing that on the outer corner of my lid. Actually, I'm going to get an even denser brush because that's going on a little messy just because the brush is too fluffy. Woo, okay, I changed my method again. I'm actually just dipping into it with my finger. It's going on a lot better that way. Woo, that's pigmented. It's looking a little harsh, but I'm going to blend everything out here in just a second. Now with my finger, I'm going to dip straight into turquoise and place that on the middle of my lid. Ooh, that is pretty. And I dipped back into Garnet with that really tiny brush. We're going to blend out this edge, hopefully without ruining this. That was pretty darn easy. Whew, I haven't worn mattes on my lid in a long time, but it's pretty cute. Right now it's finally time to zhuzh this up. So with my pinky, I'm going to dip into Aquamarine. I'm going to place that on the inner corner. Ooh, that came out exactly how I wanted it to. I noticed that, at least in my monitor screen, my lid looks really patchy, but I promise in person they're not. I've got these blended out pretty well, but I guess because of the reflectiveness, it's looking really messy. But I promise it's not, because this palette is pigmented. So with a flat, fluffy brush, I dipped into turquoise here. We are going to attempt to smoke out the lower lash line without looking crazy. Ooh, that turned out good. And then I'm going to dip into Sapphire again. Just barely tap that on the outer edge. Then I'm going to line my waterline with my, what is this? No Tug Waterproof Gel Liner. And I do feel like this look needs some lashes, so I'm going to go apply some falsies and I'll be right back. Alright, I've got my lashes on and I am loving this look. To finish it off, I'm going to dip into Pearl right here and highlight my inner corner. Good golly gumdrops. Wow, that is bright. And here is the finished eye look. On the monitor it looks so patchy, but in person, I mean, it is so pretty and blended out very well. Tell you what, man, cameras are the devil. Alright, let's do a price breakdown and overall thoughts. The So Jaded collaboration palette from Kathleen Lights and Colourpop retails for $39 and you get 30 shades. So I believe that comes out to about $1.30 per shade. For the color range and performance of this palette, I 100% think that $39 is worth it. It sounds kind of steep, but I mean, you get 30 shades and you get so many different colors. This is truly a palette of endless possibilities. This is an amazing product. Congrats to Kathleen Lights and Colourpop. This is truly amazing and Nikkikkins approved. Alright, thanks for hanging out with me and I will see you on the next video. Bye! Hello? Oh my goodness, my autofocus is not working today. I know the penguin is cute, but he's not wearing makeup, come on! But your girl's gonna play with some color today. Oh. Now, just straight with my finger, I'm going to dip into the They did an amazing job. This is a great collaboration. Congrats to Kathleen Lights and Morphe. Colourpop.